Hello guys, this is Tyler. I'm back. I haven't took a video of this one yet. I had gotten this end of December. This specific tractor, it's a 1973 st10. It's about it's newer than the yellow one over here. This one here, it had the original engine on it when I got it. Well, the yellow one did too, but that one was locked up. This one here, the original engine had no power. You would let off the clutch and high side and it would just die. So I had this engine sitting around. I knew it ran, but I had to do bypass points and stuff like that. Same thing as I did with the yellow one. My goal is to make this into similar to the yellow one over there. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys prefer to keep them original, but I don't like the fiberglass noses. And these st10s, which is what this one is, and the yellow one, their fiberglass noses always busted. Same with the Suburbans. So my plan is to go with a custom grill like I did over there, and hopefully get it looking a lot like the yellow one. I don't have electrical hooked up on this one yet. It's only pull start. Runs really good. Does not smoke. I've got the side skirts for this, or the side panels. I've got to get a different air filter assembly, but anyway, that's the large air filter assembly right there. I need the small one. But anyway, I traded a 68 Super 12 Suburban for this tractor. But its overall condition, this thing is very good. I had to pull the model plate off of it because one of the previous owners took a grinder or something to the model plate and you could not see the model at all except for like the last three numbers. And the last three numbers on the model lined up perfectly with the yellow one. I ended up, once pulling it off, since it was stamped, I was able to turn it over, the plate over, and be able to read all the numbers. I even got the serial number off of this. But somebody's had this thing apart, didn't really do a good job putting it together. They had the trans out, and it looks like they busted one of the bolts is busted off in the trans, but it's not going to affect anything. They welded the seat spring to the frame of the tractor, but it's alright. Let me zoom in. Oops, I did that wrong. Alright, that's not how you zoom in. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, I'm not really familiar with this camera. It's a friend's camera. When I got this thing, it also did not have a throttle cable assembly. That is off of a 66 custom 6 parts machine that I had laying around. The original throttle cable to that assembly was screwed up, so I had to make one. Local repair shop gave me the Z bending tool to make them. When I was messing around with the original engine, it would not turn over by the key. I had to do a bunch of stuff to it to get it to turn over. I had to replace the ignition switch, and when I went to mess around with the solenoid, it actually broke right off. I've got a newer style solenoid on it. This will crank right over once I make the adjustments for the newer, or the Briggs. I have to do a few things. On the stators I use, I'll go over here and show you. I use the stators from like an MTD or Craftsman, and anyway, that stator allows me to run without a voltage regulator, and the ability to do that, it cuts down on, well, the parts and stuff like that. I'm still thinking, I may take the voltage regulator off of that blue one and actually put it on my dad's Bronco 14 wheel horse, because that one has a bad regulator. As you can see, I've got all the wiring done on this one. That headlight wiring is actually from I'm thinking it's from an old Suburban or a Custom that my dad parted out years ago. He had it hooked up with headlights sitting in the shed, and he just tossed it to me one day, basically, or handed it to me. And I was like, oh, that's be good. And that's when I was redoing the wiring harness on this tractor. I decided, well, what the heck, put the lights on it, or the wiring for it. The grill I got from a Facebook member. I'm gonna do the same thing to that one, more than likely. But getting back to this one, it should fire right up. It hasn't been started in a couple of days, but when I last had it running, it fired up first pull. Back tire is probably flat, so I probably won't be able to take it for a run because the yellow tractor's in my way to the air compressor. I've redone the exhaust and everything on this. This engine was an old rototiller engine. It is a 1979 8-horse Briggs. That's the original carb to the engine. Actually, the original air filter assembly for this engine is on my yellow st10. But I've got to get, like I said, I've got to get another air filter assembly for this tractor, because with that big one, it won't allow the grill or any grill really to go on. But this machine here will probably be just a backup plow tractor and running around. It's not going to be an everyday use tractor. The yellow one is going to be mowing and stuff like that. If anyone around northwest Indiana or near the Illinois border has a custom deck, get in contact with me, because I'm going to be looking for one. But I'm going to try to get this thing fired up. I didn't even check the oil in it. Alright, I'm going to set you over on the wheel horse. which I just had it running today too. Oh, shoot. And of course it's going to be a pain. Anyway, it was flooded. I don't have a gas shutoff on it yet. Like that too. It can be pointed straight and be a little bit off to the left. This thing will pop a wheelie in third high if I'm not careful. It'll spring up the front end within no time. I don't have the kill hooked up yet. I gotta do all that stuff. I gotta hook up the kill wire and stuff like that soon. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Disappointed that that thing didn't start right off the bat. But yeah, it sucks that happened, but hey, just like that snowblower dying yesterday in the middle of using it, that was not expected.